And we are live. So this is JB at the Plastic Posse podcast. I'm just coming online right now to do a quick live for the brand new Tamiya Panzer IV 70A. So the 70A is such a unique vehicle, very similar to the L70. It's known as the 70A because it was a stopgap. And I'm going to take a look inside the box. We're going to show you what's up. This is a beautiful kit just released by Tamiya in Nuremberg. We're fortunate enough to have an early copy, and I'm going to slam this together over the next couple days and recreate what's on the box art right now. So let's take a look inside. This is, again, Tamiya's newest kit. It retails for around 50 bucks, which is really unbelievable. So it's $51 MSRP. That's an incredible value for what you get. It is a beautiful model kit. It's modeled after the one at Samar. So they did extensive research on the vehicle there. I'm sure they measured it, looked at the textures, because it's absolutely fantastic, is what we like to say here on the podcast. The hull is based on a German Panzer IV J kit that they previously released. They also have new drive sprockets, road wheels, and return rollers. The main gun moves. They have a commander figure and opening loader hatches as well for those people that want to add more. And then it has realistic depictions of the surface texture, which I'll get into in a minute. And then they also have a large photo etch set that represents the Toma shields accurately on the sides of the vehicle. So it comes with a choice of two markings. These vehicles, they had standard factory camouflage schemes. I believe most of them did, if not all. And the markings on them were very limited, basically to the Balkenkreuz or some simple tactical markings. So I'm going to take a look inside the box. As it mentioned, here's some new kit sprues with the late tracks as well. And then I'm going to get more towards the meat of it, which is this sprue. This has the new upper hull, the new casemate. I'm going to come up closer. Unfortunately, I'm going to move my light so I can get some closer light on it. And if the camera focuses, you can really see the surface texture. And I tell you what, it looks awesome. I think once you get a few layers of paint on it, weathering and whatnot, it's just going to come out absolutely fantastic. And it's not only on the major casemate, but also on the back of it, I should say. And it just looks really nice. And they have flame cut torch marks. And just, to me, it did a bang up job, in my opinion. They also have some of the foliage loops. Now, granted, they're molded solid, but if you add a dark pin wash, I think it's going to be good enough. So it is a lovely kit. So in addition to that, you have the lower hull, bathtub style hull. This is a new sprue as well for the vehicle. So here you have your Schützen panel holders, I guess you could say the skeleton, the supporting rails, and then also the commander figure as well that is beautifully molded. So I'll just pull it up there. And then another, I believe this is I think this is a new sprue, and this is the top of the casemate, the Salkoff mantlet, and then the slide molded barrel. Or I shouldn't say slide molded, but the one-piece barrel should be pretty easy to work with, and then you just put the end cap on there. So another very nice sprue, crisply molded details, especially on the turret roof there with the bolts, the recessed rivets, and then also the shield that guards the sliding, I don't know the technical term, but the sliding gun sight plate that goes on there, which is right above it. And then lastly, you have the historical wheels that came from the L70 kit, and they're really nicely molded too. So you have your choice of steel road wheels in the front, and then obviously the rubber ones in the back. Because of the extra weighted casemate, the first two return rollers, or the first two stations, the first four return rollers, I should say, or the first two stations were steel to compensate for the increased weight of the superstructure. So in addition to that, you have these nice instructions. I will show quickly the photo etch sheet. So these are super nice. Photo etch for the Toma shields. I think they look awesome. And then in addition to that, you get a nice color reference chart. So this has the reference material from some war. It has some interior shots. And then also you can see just really great work replicating those details. And then it has a full color chart spread for the two schemes that it shows you. And both of these are tritonal. One is on the eastern front, one is on the western front. So the one here on the left is the western front vehicle. It has some of those, I guess you call it ambush scheme. It has the white dots on top of the standard tritonal. I really like that. That's the one I'm going to do. There's a great reference photo of a top casemate plate that was found and has this really vibrant red-brown on it. So I plan on doing that. And then there's also one from the 17th Panzer Division on the Eastern Front, which follows that typical tritonal scheme, and then the tactical markings of 611. And then on the backside, it talks more about the history of the vehicle and the development, and some more key features of the vehicle itself. So Tamiya, thanks for this little chart. And then lastly, we have the instruction sheet, which I'll move over here and I'll plop down. And it is very straightforward. I was looking at it earlier. You know, you start off with the lower hull, the road wheels, turn rollers, very straightforward approach. And as I mentioned, those first 4 steel wheels, and then the rubber ones on the backside. And then you'll move on to the tracks. So in this case, they're Lincoln Link. They're very nice. They're the late style track. And then onto the upper hull. I'll keep flipping here once I get the pages from sticking together. And then you move on to the upper casemate. So in the first 20 steps, super straightforward. You've already made a lot of progress on the vehicle itself, and you're going into the upper casemate. And then some of the last things you'll do is details on that. Foliage. It looks like foliage, or maybe those are Tamiya shield holders. And then the last thing you get into is the actually fixing the casemate, putting more of the side skirt mounting brackets on, the front gun travel mechanism, which is incredibly long because of the raised casemate. And then also, lastly, it walks you through how to do the crew figure and then the Tamiya shields as well. So overall, this is a really nice kit. I am super thankful that Tamiya sent it to the posse. All the posse members are extremely grateful. This is the first opportunity we've had something to do something like this in conjunction with a major manufacturer, and we are extremely privileged that they asked us to be a part of it. And what you can look forward to in the coming days, I'll say, because my weekend is clear, is going to be really slamming this kit together. I hope to make some really substantial progress. Even tonight, we'll be recording, but afterwards, I plan on jumping on this. As you can see, it is such a nice slide. I guess you could say a typical molding, but yeah, slide molding because you have details on the end here. But the surface texture is beautiful. The fit, I'm sure, is going to be flawless. Typical Tamiya. And I am just looking forward to breaking into this as soon as possible, and that'll be after our recording tonight. So I'll be talking about it there without a doubt. Again, super grateful of Tamiya. This is the sprue that has the commander's figure and some other unique things to the L70A. Yeah, I'm just excited to get going. So thank you so much for tuning in. I know this was a quick live session. It was kind of impromptu as well. Just got this in the mail today from Scott. As you can see, he posted some pictures earlier this week when we were allowed to share, and I am beyond excited to get started. So what can you expect from the Triple P in terms of this? I will be sharing periodic updates with all of our social channels, but for our Patreons, you'll see an extensive, in-depth article on this. So I'll go through the entire build, the painting process, and the weathering as well. So everybody can have a piece. Patreon will get a little bit more. And again, super grateful for Tamiya. Stay tuned. We have a lot more things coming from the podcast. A major announcement to share here soon with another brand that we've admired for a long time. So it's onwards and upwards here at the Plastic Posse. Please feel free to reach out to us. We love hearing from you. Again, you guys are really what keep us going, without a doubt, and we cannot wait to share this with you. And yeah, so Scott, thanks for tuning in. We will catch you all later. And again, stay happy, stay healthy, build more models, and yeehaw out from the posse. Cheers all.